welcome back to the shop. So today we have a Polaris 800 RZR. All right, so this is mixing water and oil together. So it looks like we're gonna have to do a head gasket job. From the symptoms that it's showing, it seems to be that. Check the oil, he saw that it was a bit milky, so we're just gonna dive right into it, diagnose it, see if that's the issue, and bring you along with us. Let's get it. Oh, so we have to take off. That one's probably gonna have to come off. There's some brackets. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So I'm just kind of marking out what else I need to take off. So we're gonna have to come off here. These ones on the side are gonna have to come off. All right, quick point out. So to get this completely off, this plastic, this cover, your trunk cover, you're going to have to reach behind the seat. There's a latch. This piece right here. I'll show you right now. See? There's latches in there. You pull that up, and then it's not that heavy, but I'm doing it with one hand. This latch, you reach through the seat, pick it up, and there's a few bolts here that you're also going to take out with your T27. All right, I've got everything detached. All I gotta do is take out the plug, kind of see it from there. Can you see it from there? You can see, now we've got something to work with here. Looks like this brace is gonna have to come off, this center brace. It's good to have the right tools. Always.
By the way, guys, look, this is the man that gave me all the brains right here. This is the man right here. Without this is the key to success right here.
Your father. like I said, you gotta put all of these with the engine parts.
Oh, yeah.
All right. For you?
Anybody give you any ducks yet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Look how dirty that is.
What happens when you guys come see me when you don't want to take care of your shit? You know that? Need the throttle body, need the throttle body. You never want to see that inside your intake at all. It's real bad. Zero maintenance on filters. She's been beat pretty bad. Hey? Another problem we're having here. You see this? You gotta examine every electrical cable.
Yeah, so
You gotta examine everything
look at
because
this breather right here.
yeah, that's heat. That's exhaust because they passed it wrong in the wrong area.
Oh, okay.
But things like this, that's rats. You can see the teeth marks. Look how bad those throttle bodies are on the inside. You do not want to see that color in there. That is bad. B-A-D. The fuel pressure regulator, and it's never been connected. So it's just working on this. Where it's down. Deep inside is not too bad because the fuel wash it off. The injector washes the throats off there. But this is where it's bad right here. No, you don't want to do a red color, bro. That red military. See right here. You can see how part of the big finger. That's what you want to see. All that is dirt and grime from not changing the filters, leaks in the airbox, etc. You can see here it's been very poorly maintained. So we're gonna have to cover these holes up so we don't get dirt in there, blow this stuff out so we don't get no extra dirt inside the motor. And we will go on to part 2.
Alright, so I had to stop time lapse and show you guys what's in here. Now this is supposed to be coolant in here. It's supposed to be antifreeze. Look what's inside of this guy's motor. I have no idea what that is. But it ain't good, I'll tell you that. It's supposed to be nothing but water in there. Not looking too good, guys.
Nada que ver con el nivel. Dame el martillo. Vuelta la.
Always give the mechanic
First,
the way the tool is supposed to be meant.
take the tension out.
You gotta take the tension out. Look at that. Look at that there. Look at that there. Here's how you're supposed to hand a tool. If not, you get bit. You get bit. Watch how the tool ready for him. Watch how the tool ready for him. Look at that.
Big hand 27.
Look at that.
Lucky guess, huh?
Yeah.
Sure will. She's gonna do some spillage.
Oh, you got a bucket there.
Do a little bit of spillage there. Hydraulic tensioner.
Hydraulic tank.
I would highly agree to swap this out.
For the conventional one?
There's one that they sell. It's an adapter piece that I'll show you here in a second.
Please explain.
So this replaces this hydraulic tensioner that, like I said, has that notorious chatter when you first start it, when it's cold start.
Right.
So now when you put this one in, it comes with a sleeve. The sleeve here, a couple of O-rings and gaskets and stuff, but that sleeve goes right in here, replaces this one, which also, if you look, it has a little hole in the top where it releases the oil.
Yep.
This one doesn't, because it's a manual slash automatic tensioner, but it's not hydraulic at all. This is a YFZ style. You remove this and it's a spring driven screw that will not go back. It'll just go forward. So as the chain gets loose, it'll tighten the chain as it's needed, but it won't over tighten it.
Right.
This one, when there's no hydraulic pressure, it will completely be loose timing chain, and then it starts real bad and then it tightens up as it receives pressure of oil. This is the go-to one. It's under $100. It's well worth the money. And once we start it, I'll show you how quiet it is when it first runs. But this is the way to go here.
You want to swap him out with that?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to swap him out with this one.
All right. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It goes in till there's no oil pressure. Once it receives pressure from this little hole in the back, it'll push out.
Oh, wow.
And tighten the chain.
It's spring loaded,
so that spring is the only thing relying on holding it, is that spring tension, which is very, I mean, I just squeeze it with 2 fingers. Get everything loose here. I'm gonna pop these covers off. This is the first one you want to pop off, is this here. It has a couple set dowel pins that go in here. Make sure those dowel pins do not fall in the motor, that they're sitting there or under here, because if you drop one and you don't notice and it falls in the motor, it's going to be a headache. I'm going to spend all this money and it'll just destroy itself. Again, this one has some dowel pins as well, dowel sleeves. There's one there, there's one here. Always check for wear on the cams as well. This one has a light wear, normal for as many hours as it has. Again, another thing you want to check, I mean, you always want to mark your parts, make sure everything is going where you took it out from, or take pictures. You know, somebody that's not certified or hasn't done it for a while or doesn't have that much experience. But these cams are actually different, and I'll show you what makes them different. It's an easy way to see it. The intake side has a small little line right here. If you look at this, there's a small little line in here, and then you look at this one and it's solid, there's no line. So that's how you can tell quick. This is the exhaust cam, this is the intake cam. That's a quick way of telling, in case you do get confused or something, they're here. And then they also have different marks as well. This one has intake marks and exhaust marks on the side. But most importantly, these caps, you do not want to, you can't confuse them because there's no way of turning them, because it's the way the dowel pins are set. If you look on this here, the dowel pins on this one are on top, and on this one they're on the bottom. So there's no way you can put this here. It won't go in. So this one is dedicated to this area, and this one's dedicated up here. I mean, you can flip it, like you put this one here like this, but you want to make sure that they stay in their spot, because this one's designed, when they line board it, this is designed to sit right there with that, and it'll free the cam. If you do confuse them, the motor will be hard to start, and you can either toast the cams, mess up the starter. I mean, it's a world of headaches. So make sure that you leave this orientation in the same place. So I typically like to store it like this, that way I don't get confused. I'll have the cam with its cap on each side, that way I know where they go. And then they you know, as you put it in, you have your assemble everything that way. Yep.
You can even tag them if you want to do that.
Yep.
We've done this a bunch of times. Like you said, for the inexperienced, you want to label everything.
You want to label everything, take pictures of everything, make sure you don't get confused. That's not working. Almost not enough horsepower. But you know, Milwaukee's never done as bad. There you go. Now, you're not supposed to take these out this way, but being that we know that this blew a head gasket and we got to resurface and do all the work to it, it doesn't matter in the order to take it out because we got to resurface it anyways. But typically, if you take these out, you want to take them all out in the star. That way you're not, you know, distorting the head in any way. And it's just, you know, I don't typically put a head back on without resurfacing it and checking it, but you know, To each their own. Some people like to put it back on, not check them, and just clean them. But I typically like surfacing them and checking them. That way there's not a headache later on.
There she went. Two cars, both.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys how much power an extension steals from taking the bolt out. Drill, same drill. Wasn't taking that out because of the extension, believe it or not. Now, with no extension, you have a lot more power because you don't loosen the extension. And it's coming right out. Same drill that we were fighting with earlier. A lot of people forget there's 2 little 8mm on the side here. You don't take them out, they tear up heads. I've had numerous of them that
Cranking on the head.
Yeah, they don't check them, so right on the side here.
Was it on 2?
It was on 2.
You are watching a master at work.
All right, let's look at those.
Mira un pedazo de hierro adentro. Pedazos.
Okay, let's see underneath there.
No sé eso.
Oh man, what do you think about that?
It could be the oil cooler as well.
Yeah. Look, it's through the whole head. All that stuff. Well, that's the coolant passages right there. Huh.
Yeah, she's mixing oil. Mixing oil and water.
Yeah, we saw, like I showed you guys, all those tubes there. It was
Until right there it's mixing.
not good. All right, so what did you find?
We're gonna check the oil cooler as well. There's signs of problems with the head gasket, but it seems to me like the oil cooler is bad, and that's what's mixing the water and oil. The machine ran and started great, but I'm thinking that all this caused was from the oil cooler that was damaged inside. It's mixing water and oil in the oil cooler. So we're gonna take that out and we're gonna test that, make sure it's that. Right here for now. Give me a second. Woo! Yeah, she's mixing everywhere.
No way. Rubber fitting from the water pump.
Rubber fitting from the water pump.
Okay, we'll definitely get another
And
one.
she has been mixing pretty bad.
Very simple little
Your
gadget.
oil cooler here. So oil comes to one side and water goes to the other. Now, a lot of oil mixed. One side's, you see it's mixing pretty bad in there.
Those are serviceable or no?
No.
Yeah, good no one. All right, so we're doing some tests here. Oh, look at that. There she blows.
Does not hold vacuum. We gotta do a clutch service on it. Check the fluids, you know, do it.
Yeah, we gotta do the whole thing. The whole shebang is
Probably
getting
this hasn't had the 100-hour service, so we'll start with that one.
100-hour service, that's what it's called.
And then go from there. Just check all the diff fluids, check them, you know, obviously motor oil we're gonna change due to the fact that it's mixing in the water, but it's not mixing in the oil, which is weird. We're gonna do that, and once we do all the fluid changes in the diffs, transmission, you know, grease the bearings and the tires, you know, do the whole rundown, and then
we're gonna make sure it's ready to go.
Clean the throttle bodies. I mean, we gotta do all that. It's
Definitely. Oh, we ought to probably clean the injectors for them too. But we can do all that. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll be back with a part 2 when we get everything together.
Bye.